Welcome to episode number 2 of this maintenance phase. I'm still unsure of what to call this series or what to go like I have with previous, the prep series, the travel series, the extreme fat loss phase. Yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think I should call this. I mean, maintenance isn't a very sexy word, so maybe some of you guys have a more diverse vocabulary than my sweet Scottish tones. But yeah, let me know what you think, if there's any sort of ideas of what I should call this phase. But either way, this is the more basic aspect of it, and certainly probably the most important one when looking at how to set your calories for maintenance. So to set the scene, we've come from an extreme calorie deficit of around 40%. I was eating 1900 calories for around 28 days, and I lost 8.4 kilograms. So that's a serious amount in a short period of time. And what I want to do now is hit maintenance for 7 weeks. So nice and even, okay? That's my aim. The main purpose of that isn't necessarily from an aesthetic perspective, it's not from a bodybuilding perspective, it's more because I want to fit into my kilt. But you can have any goal or whatever else you want for this. And it also helps you instill habits, it helps create good habits at that in terms of eating vegetables and protein and managing your meals and just generally having a goal of some kind when it comes to sort of training and nutrition and whatnot. And this short period of maintenance will hold your body fat percentage at a nice low lean level and probably set you up pretty well for a muscle building phase coming up after the wedding prep is out the way. I have had a number of questions on my Instagram about what things I need to consider in terms of my overall maintenance calories. So after this sort of 3 little bits that I want to go over first, we'll get into how to calculate your total calories for maintenance. Now, let's start at number 1. Number 1, we have the adaptive effects of a calorie deficit. Now, you might have heard of starvation mode or adaptive thermogenesis or something in those kind of lines, where essentially your metabolism adjusts outside of things like weight loss, and it means that it makes it more difficult, or you can't eat as many calories as maybe you previously did at a higher body weight before the calorie restriction. Now, the only aspects or the biggest changes in terms of your basal metabolic rate, so the calories that you burn just at rest or just lying doing absolutely nothing, there are 2 main papers that I know of, and I'm happy to be stand corrected, that were under extreme circumstances. So the first one was a Biggest Loser paper that saw, you've probably seen the TV program where people do loads of cardio, eat next to no calories, and lose an absolute ton of weight over a number of weeks. And their metabolisms adjusted, I think, over 20% from memory. 24, I think, seems about right. And then there was another case study by Rossoff, who looked at a 12-month case study of a natural bodybuilder. And in that 6-month period leading up to the competition, he ended up adjusting his basal metabolic rate by a reported 40%. And both of these cases are extreme diets for long periods of time. Now, what we've done previously to this was the extreme diet of 40% for 28 days, and I also didn't push myself to an extremely low body fat percentage. So in my oh so humble opinion, I don't think that the adaptations to your metabolism are really going to set in as much, or if anything at all, based on the short, sharp approach to the diet. We retained lean body mass, we ate enough protein, we did it a short period of time of 28 days. It's unlikely that things are going to, we're going to have a problem in terms of our overall metabolism. So we can just go straight back into our maintenance phase or maintenance calories, and we don't have to do anything silly with like 10 grams of carbs every week for 12 weeks. It's a waste of time, in my opinion, when you could be getting back to maintaining your body weight and potentially growing some muscle tissue. Number 2, when you're about to calculate your maintenance calories, consider your new body weight. Don't go off of what you previously had your body weight at. Take the body weight that you're currently at for your maintenance calories. And after this, I'll tell you how to do that, but essentially, it seems quite, it should be done like that, but some people might set their maintenance calories based on the weight that they used to be. So just make sure you take that in consideration. The weight you are now that you're going to set your maintenance calories up for. I think the last one, which is number 3, is the aspect that this is still a continuation of the diet. So we had, lots of tracking. If you watch the videos, I'll put a link up here somewhere. We had our tracking that was in place by using MyFitnessPal. We were weighing ourselves every single day and looking at average weight change. And we were making sure that we were positioning our food around protein. We had lots of vegetables, and we're trying to manage total volume of the meal as much as we could. We were drinking plenty of water, and we were also training and maintaining our strength as best as possible. We still want to do those same things. We just have more calories to potentially play with. Right, let's get into the juicy aspect of this video. And that juicy aspect is actually how to calculate your maintenance calories. And this is going to vary from person to person. Yes, your body weight will play a role, your gender, etc. will play a role. However, the biggest difference will be how active you are as an individual. So if you sit on your bum all day, like in a chair in an office, you're not going to be able to consume as many calories as, say, me as an example, where I'm standing up most of the day, hitting anywhere between 15 and 20,000 steps, moving weight, carrying weight, and awake for a lot of the day, because I do sometimes get up at nearly 4 o'clock in the morning and work until maybe closer to 9 p.m. So, how do I calculate my calories? I take my body weight currently, which is around 83 kilograms. I calculate that into pounds, which kind of works out at about 183 pounds, give or take. I then, depending on how active I know I'm going to be, so sometimes we have quieter weeks or whatnot, but we'll take a rough average, is a number anywhere between 14 and 16. My number comes out at about 15, where I'm about just over 2,700 calories. And that is it. What you do is, you take those calories, you start to track. We still do our MyFitnessPal, managing our diaries, and then we also weigh ourselves. If we start to see an increase in total body weight, we pull back on the calories, remove about 5% in total. If we're losing weight, then we add a few calories. So maybe 5% on top of that. And that's pretty much it. We have a set time frame, so we're going to make sure that we're only doing it for roughly 7 weeks, and then we'll consider going into a bulking phase and we'll have some more calories. We have a set number of calories to track. We know what we're doing because of after the extreme fat loss phase, we're still continuing the diet overall. I'm also still going to make sure I track my overall weight so that I can make adjustments where absolutely necessary. And it is literally as simple as that. What we've done in the extreme fat loss phase, we just transfer into a slightly higher calorie phase, anywhere between 14 and 16 calories per pound of body weight. Hopefully you've enjoyed this more of a sit-down vlog today. Next week on Tuesday and Thursday, I'll certainly have some more walk-around ones and look at food and whatnot, and training also, and how we're transitioning into that, because I did sort of elaborate that in the last video. But it's been a busy week, so I've had to resort to more of a sit-down video like this. But either way, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have some ideas for what I should call this phase. And we shall see you in the next one, Tuesday at around 6 o'clock, where we'll have our next episode. So yeah, episode 2 of whatever this is, the maintenance phase, is done.